Here we are for another lesson, man. This is actually current event and news and prophecy. This just in: the land of Israel was attacked. All right, and I'm here looking at the news. It's going crazy, man. I'm just gonna click on a few articles. I'm gonna read and then bring out some scriptures, because this right here could be the event that kicks off what we've been hoping for: World War III. All right, the nations rising up together and shooting nuclear missiles upon each other. Okay, that's exactly what we are looking for. All right, World War III, the war to end all wars, when the elect is going to be delivered, the wicked are going to be burnt, and Yahweh Shai and the angels are going to appear and gather the elect from the four winds of heaven. This is what we're looking for, all right? The fulfilling of the prophecies. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to start on, I'll read this first article first, all right? It says, let's see. Israel says it is at war after Hamas surprise attack. All right. So this is what they're going to cover. The Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel is at war after Gaza militants launched a surprise attack Saturday morning, firing thousands of rockets and entering Israel by land, sea, and air using paragliders. Dang, so they just came in, just boom, out of the blue. At least 200 people have died and hundreds of others are wounded in Israel, officials said. Fighting has carried throughout the day, and a fresh round of rocket attacks hit areas in Tel Aviv on Saturday evening. Dang. In Gaza, at least 232 Palestinians have died and more than 1,600 are wounded. The Palestinian Health Ministry said Israel launched airstrikes on the territory in response to the attack. Wow, man, all this just kicked off just this morning, man. And we didn't even see it happen. And it's going to be the same way when it comes upon America, all right? It says Hamas claims it has captured dozens of Israelis, including soldiers, and video authenticated by CNN shows some of the dramatic seizures. Israel's military has acknowledged hostages were taken. Dang. Wow, man. And it says Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, the United States stands with Israel. All right, that's exactly what we would expect, because we know the United States is the one that backed that creation state of Israel in 1948. U.S. President Joe Biden addressed the situation in Israel Saturday, saying the United States stands with Israel, right? And let's just say that those who are attacked, let's say they side with the Russians, the United States is going to step in, and that's World War III. All right. There's never justification for terrorist attack, Biden said in his remarks from the White House, where he condemned the militant group Hamas by name for launching a surprise attack on Israel early this morning. He added that the U.S. will have Israel's back. We will make sure that they have the help their citizens need and they can continue to defend themselves, the president said. Biden said he spoke with the Israeli Prime Minister and said that his administration's support for Israel's security is rock solid and unwavering. The U.S. president also discouraged other parties hostile to Israel from exploiting these attacks. The world is watching, he warned. All right. So, wow, man. Emergency meeting. The UN Security Council will hold an emergency meeting Sunday on the fighting in Israel and Gaza. Wow. Wow, look at this. To address the situation in the Middle East. This comes after Brazil holds the current presidency of the council, called for such a meeting. Okay, now let's think about that. Brazil is a part of the BRICS nations. So Brazil is tied in with Russia and China. Okay. Brazil is tied in with Russia and China. So this could spark conflict between the BRICS nations and the United States, And there's already conflict there. All right, BRICS is really designed to rival the American dollar, okay, which is going to weaken the American economy. And they're talking about putting that out early next year. So, the tensions are rising, man. And once again, this is exactly what we're looking for, okay? So, at least 200 people have been killed in Israel since Hamas militants launched a surprise attack on the country early Saturday morning, according to Israel's emergency rescue. Additionally, at least 1,452 people have been wounded. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, this is what I was going to look up next. Who the Hamas people? What you need to know about Hamas. Okay. It look like they're Muslims. Palestinian Hamas militants are seen during a military show in the Bani Suhaila district in 2017 in Gaza City, Gaza. It says Hamas is an Islamist organization with a military wing that came into being in 1987, emerging out of the Muslim Brotherhood, a Sunni Islamist group that was founded in the late 1920s in Egypt. Egypt is also part of the BRICS nations as well. I believe that a lot of the Middle Eastern nations have just joined Salakia. In the lobby. So it says the word Hamas is itself an acronym for Harakat al-Muqawama al-Islamiyya, Arabic for Islamic Resistance Movement. Okay, so once again, man, another thing too is that this is really setting the stage because the people over there in Israel, they're not the people of the land, and they fighting with the Arabs, who are also not the people of the land. Okay, and this really lines up with Joel chapter 3. Okay, but it's interesting. It says that this party was started in Egypt. All right, Egypt is also part of the BRICS nations, and a lot of the Middle Eastern nations are also joining up with BRICS. All right, so this is just going to raise the tension between the Western nations, all right, which are backing Israel, and the Eastern nations, which are backing, the Palestinians, those who are going against the creation state of Israel. All right, so East versus West, and that's exactly, lines up with the prophecies, man. All right, that's why it tells us. That's why it talks about that in Joel chapter 3 about the valley of Yehoshaphat. All right, that is the Middle East. Okay, matter of fact, we've read a little bit of this. Actually, matter of fact, this is good right here. I'm gonna get this. It says the group most Palestinian factions and political parties insist that Israel is an occupying power, and it is of the Idumeans. All right, and we know that according to Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 5, and that it is trying to liberate the Palestinian territories. It considers Israel an illegitimate state. Right, so a lot of the nations, there's controversy over that creation state. All right, it says let's see. It says Hamas, actually Salakia. Yeah, I'll read that. It says Hamas meanwhile controls the Gaza Strip, an enclave that is home to some 2 million Palestinians, and is frequently the site of civilian casualties when fighting flares between militants and Israeli forces. Hamas has over the years claimed many attacks on Israel and has been designated as a terrorist organization by the United States, the European Union, the EU, all right, and Israel. Okay, the EU, remember the 10 horns? I just did a video on this. All right, Israel accuses its arch enemy, Iran, of backing Hamas. Right, so, matter of fact, I already got it pulled up. Let's go to Joel chapter 3. All right. Look at this. This lines up with prophecy. All right. And this is all about the controversy of Zion. Okay. Specifically, the Lord is bringing judgment upon the Edomites. All right. Okay. Look at this. So we're going to start at verse 1. It says, "For behold, in those days, in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat." Okay, it says Jehoshaphat here. Let's get a search on that. New tab. Okay. Let's see. Valley of. Okay. Let's see what that region is. The biblical place mentioned by the name in the book of Joel. All right. location between the old city of Jerusalem and the Mount of Olives. All right. So that's the area in Israel. It's the Holy Land. All right. Let's go back to Joel chapter 3, verse 2. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which should be Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them from my people and from my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. That's the whole reason why the Lord is bringing the war, man. All right. So to this, it says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me in recompense? If ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. All right. Behold, ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. All right. Read about that in 2 Maccabees chapter 6. Listen to this. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold into the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their border. Okay, we came over here on cargo slave ships, man. All right. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, which is America, and will turn your recompense upon your own head. You see? So, he's going to bring judgment, man. Listen to this. This is really specifically for Esau. Esau is the one who did this, man. But all the nations played part in that. That's the reason why he said he's going to gather all the nations into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Verse 9. Because his indignation is upon all the nations of the earth, man. And he's going to utterly destroy their armies, according to Isaiah chapter 13. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking forward to World War III popping off, man. Because this is going to be deliverance of the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. All right, and what's that speaking about? That's all the nations, okay, of the East that have been bullied and taken advantage of, pushed around by the great beast system, okay, by the beast with the fourth beast with the 7 heads and the 10 horns, all right, has pushed around and beat down the other nations, okay. That's why they're rising up against the system, and specifically America, the daughter of Babylon. They're rising up against her. They were once weak, but now they're gonna be strong. All right, that's what that's speaking about. And they're rising up together, and starting with the BRICS nations. It says, let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. All right. So this is where, this is where World War III is gonna be all over the world, but the main purpose of it is to destroy Esau, Edom's kingdom, and he's also going to wipe out all the people that's in the Holy Land, okay? He's going to destroy all heathen rulerships as well, man. All right? So it says, look at this. All right, it says, I'm going to start at verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow. For their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The day of the Lord, okay, he's going to melt the elements with fervent heat. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Why is that? Because the nuclear missiles going to burn that whole place. They're going to bomb all that place, man. You see? It says, the Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake because of the nuclear missiles. But listen to this. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am the Lord your power dwelling in Zion, and my holy mountain